Look, I'm going to be real with you. If you told me on that Tuesday morning that by sunset I'd be single, homeless, and trending on my own Instagram story, I would have laughed so hard I snorted oat milk latte through my nose. That's how untouchable I felt. That's how certain I was that Leo, sweet, quiet, pathologically patient Leo, would never actually leave me. Because honestly, I'd rehearsed it in my head for months. The moment I'd say, you know what, babe, I could replace you in a week. Pictured his face crumpling, maybe a single tear, then the grand apology, the begging, the promise to finally get his act together, start charging for his photography instead of trading for exposure. Stop wearing the same 3 flannel shirts like it was still 2014. Stop leaving beard clippings in the sink like they were abstract art. I wanted him scared. I wanted him grateful. I wanted him to try. Instead, he looked up from his laptop, blinked twice, and said, "Cool, clock's ticking." Then he opened Tinder, angled the screen so I could watch him set his radius to 1 mile, and started swiping right on every girl with a septum piercing and a vinyl collection. I laughed, actually laughed, because this was Leo, my Leo, who once cried during a Subaru commercial. He was bluffing. Except he was. 10 minutes later, my duffel bag landed on the porch with the soft thud of a guillotine falling. Chapter 1, The Sympathy Play, or Why I Thought I Was the Hero, Let Me Back Up. I know how this looks, but you have to understand I'd spent 3 years being the adult in our relationship. I paid rent when his passion projects dried up. I smiled through dinners with his pretentious art friends who called me corporate like it was a slur. I even pretended to like his band's EP, which sounded like a fax machine giving birth to a seagull. So that morning, when I found another past due notice tucked under a pile of unopened mail addressed to him, naturally something snapped. I marched into the kitchen, waving the envelope like a white flag of war. "Leo, this is the 3rd one this month. Are you even trying to get your finances together?" He didn't look up. Just kept editing photos of some girl draped in fairy lights, her nipples artfully obscured by lens flare. "I'm working on it. Working on it how? By taking more free photos for exposure. By selling one print for $50 and calling it a win." That got his attention. He rubbed his temples the way he always did when I got like this. "Can we not do this right now? No, we are doing this. Because I'm tired of being the only one who gives a damn about our future. I swear, Leo, I could replace you in a week. A week. There are guys out there with actual jobs who'd actually appreciate me." I waited for the panic, the groveling. Instead, he just nodded, like I'd asked him to pass the salt. Chapter 2, The Reversal, or How I Learned My Bags Were Already Packed. "Cool," he said again. Then he stood, walked to the bedroom, and started singing. Off-key, some indie song about heartbreak. I followed, ready to escalate, maybe throw in a dramatic "I deserve better," but stopped short. My duffel bag was on the bed, open, already half full. "What the hell are you doing?" "Helping you pack," he said, folding my favorite sweater with eerie calm. "You said a week, right? Figured I'd save you the trouble." I laughed. "You're kidding. You're actually what, throwing me out?" "Nope. You're leaving, you just haven't admitted it yet." He zipped the bag, set it by the door. "I called your sister. She's expecting you," my sister, who lived 45 minutes away and still had my old bedroom plastered with One Direction posters, who'd warned me about Leo, who'd called him a man-shaped red flag with commitment issues. "You told Mara?" My voice cracked. "Before you even talked to me," he shrugged. "Figured you'd need a place." And honestly, I didn't want to fight. "You're right, I'm broke, I'm disorganized. And yeah, maybe you can do better." He paused, looking me dead in the eye, "So go do it." Chapter 3, The Tinder Reveal, or How Fast Can a Heart Drop? I grabbed my phone, thumbs flying to text my group chat. He's lost it, actually kicking me out like some psycho. But before I could hit send, Leo's phone dinged, then again. And again. He turned the screen toward me. "Tinder notifications, 3 matches already." "Started swiping while you were ranting," he said. "Figured I'd get a head start." I stared. One girl's bio read, "Looking for a man who can cook and cry during Pixar movies." Another, "If you own a record player, I'm yours." All of them young. All of them not me. "You're what, going to hook up with strangers to hurt me?" "Nah," he said, typing something to Pixar girl, "just ready to move on. You've been checked out for months. Don't act surprised." I wanted to scream, to throw something. Instead, I grabbed my bag, marched to the porch, and slammed the door so hard the neighbor's dog started barking. It wasn't until I was in my car, engine running, that I realized he hadn't asked me to leave. He just made it impossible to stay. Chapter 4, The Crash Landing, or My Sister's Couch and the Instagram Apocalypse. Mara opened the door with a look that said, "I told you so, and I'm sorry," at the same time. She didn't ask questions, just handed me a glass of wine and a Harry Styles blanket. I cried into both. By midnight, I'd posted a cryptic Instagram story. Sometimes the person you'd take a bullet for is the one behind the trigger. Cue the flood of heart emojis. The "you deserve better" DMs. The vague booking validation I craved. But then, at 1:17 a.m., Leo posted a story. A photo of his kitchen table, set for two. Candles. A bottle of the wine I'd been saving for our anniversary. The caption, "First date night in 3 years, wish me luck." I refreshed. Again. The matches poured in comments from his artsy friends about time. "She's too pretty for you, finally upgrading." I screenshotted everything, sent it to my group chat. "Can you believe this? He's flaunting it." Less than 24 hours after I left, my best friend Jess texted back, "Girl, you told him you could replace him in a week. What did you expect?" I stared at her message. The dots appeared, typing, then stopping. "Then also Mara says you're sleeping in your old room, with the Nile poster." I threw my phone across the room. It bounced off the One Direction pillowcase. Chapter 5, The Reckoning, or when everyone agrees you're the villain. The next morning, Mara knocked. "We need to talk." I groaned. "If this is about Leo, it's about you." She sat on the bed, folding her legs like we were 16 again. "You've been awful to him for a while." I blinked. "Excuse me, last month, when he got that gallery show. You spent the whole night sulking because he didn't thank you in his speech. But you hate his art friends. You didn't even go to the show until the last hour. He forgot my birthday." "No, he didn't. He planned a picnic. You canceled because you had a work emergency." Then you posted a selfie at happy hour. I opened my mouth, closed it. I had canceled. Because the picnic was in a park with no Wi-Fi and I needed to finish a presentation. But I'd also posted a margarita pic with the caption, "Birthday self-care." "Look," Mara said gently, "I love you, but you've been treating him like a project. Like if you nagged hard enough, he'd turn into some 6-figure guy with dental insurance. That's not love, that's renovation." I wanted to argue, but the words felt heavy, like swallowing rocks. Chapter 6, The Echo Chamber, or how social media turned on me. I waited for Leo to crack, to text, to miss me. Instead, his stories got worse. A photo of him and Pixar girl at a farmer's market. Another of them cooking pasta, her wearing his shirt. The comments were relentless. "So cute. You guys are goals. Upgrade." I posted a thirst trap me in a low-cut top, lips pouted. Caption, "Rediscovering myself." The likes poured in, but the comments were off. "You okay? You seem sad. Hope you're healing." Jess called. "Dude, you're spiraling. Maybe apologize." "He should apologize to me." I snapped. "He's parading his rebound like I'm dead." "Babe, you left. You told him you could replace him. He's just listening." Chapter 7, The DM Heard Round the World, or when karma swipes right. I caved at day 6. Typed and deleted a dozen texts. Finally sent, "Can we talk?" 3 dots. Then busy, date night. I stared. Date night? We'd never had date nights. We had hanging out and ordering Thai. I scrolled his profile. The girl Emma had posted too. A photo of Leo holding a puppy they'd apparently adopted together. 6 days. 6 days. I did what any self-respecting millennial would do. I went full detective. Emma's profile public. Her stories filled with Leo's arm around her waist, his laugh, my laugh, echoing in her car. The puppy had a name. Noodle. They picked it together. I texted Mara, "He's literally playing house with someone else." She replied, "You told him to." Chapter 8, The Confrontation, or the moment I realized I'd lost. I showed up at the apartment. Key still worked. I let myself in, heart pounding. Leo was on the couch, Emma straddling his lap, both laughing at something on his phone. They didn't notice me at first. Then Emma looked up. "Oh, hi." I froze. She was nice. No eyeliner smudged, no pretentious tattoos, just a girl in overalls holding Noodle, looking at me like I was the intruder. My voice cracked. "I thought we could talk." Leo's face was unreadable. "Now's not great." Emma stood awkward. "I can go." "No," Leo said. "Stay." And just like that, I was the outsider. The ex. The cautionary tale. Chapter 9, The Unraveling, or when the internet decided my fate. I left, tail between my legs. Later, Emma posted a story, "When you meet the love of your life 6 days after his ex leaves. Timing is everything." The comments were brutal. "She's so much prettier." "Upgrade, he deserves this." I checked my own DMs. Empty. The sympathy had dried up. My last post, me crying into Noodle's fur. I, dog sat once, was met with, "Girl, let it go. He's moved on. You did this." Chapter 10, The Truth, or what I finally saw in the rearview. It took weeks. Months. Therapy. But here's what I know now. I didn't want Leo to change. I wanted him to want to change. For me. Which isn't love, it's ego. He wasn't perfect. But neither was I. I'd weaponized his insecurities, then acted shocked when he found someone who didn't. Last week, I saw them at the grocery store. Emma was laughing at something in the frozen aisle. Leo looked lighter. Not fixed. Just free. I ducked behind a display of organic kale, heart pounding. They didn't see me. But I watched them walk away, noodle trotting between them, and felt something I hadn't expected: relief. Because sometimes the person you take a bullet for isn't the one behind the trigger. Sometimes it's you, holding the gun to your own foot, begging someone else to bleed. Epilogue: the post I never posted, I drafted it 100 times. A selfie, me smiling genuinely. Caption: turns out the upgrade I needed was me. Wishing them nothing but the best. I never hit share. Some lessons you don't post, you just live them. But if you're reading this and you're about to say something you can't take back, don't, just don't. Because the universe has a sense of humor and it's fast. Trust me. I bragged I could replace him in a week. He packed my bags and had Tinder ready in 10 minutes. And now I'm here, eating cold pizza on my sister's couch, learning to